You've seen my round 5 recap. Now it's time for the round 6 predictions. The teams are out. Let's get into round 6 of the NRL. So the first game sees the Cronulla Sharks taking on the Brisbane Broncos. Inclusions to this side include Paul Gallen's return after a rib injury. I have tipped the Sharks by 2 points. I think this will be a really close, scrappy game. Sharks have won 9 of their last 10 against the Panthers. I just can't see the Panthers winning, you know. Egan returns at hooker. Regan Campbell-Gillard put on the bench. It's saying something. Regan Campbell-Gillard's a good player. I hate the new name of PointsBet Stadium. It should immediately be changed back to Shark Park. It's such a good name. I'm going to tip the Sharks by 2 points for the first game of the round on Thursday night. The second game sees the Bulldogs up against the Rabbitohs. Everyone's expecting a flogging of 40 points plus for the Rabbitohs to put. Greg Inglis is retired. I might make a separate video on this and about his career. I think it's good for him and his health to do this decision, but it's obviously sad, and it's interesting to see what the South Sydney side will do. Sam Burge is named as a captain. I'm going to tip the Rabbitohs by 8. Bulldogs coming off that massive loss, but they were so close to beating Melbourne Storm. I think they'll put in a good fight for this match. It'll be a good clash between these two clubs. I don't see the Bulldogs coming away with a win. Cody Walker was outstanding last week, and Damien Cook is absolutely brilliant, on fire at the moment. So I'm going to go with the South Sydney Rabbitohs by 8. Next up is probably the clash of the round. It's the grand final rematch. The Melbourne Storm at Amy Park up against the Roosters. Roosters are on fire at the moment, coming off that 30-16 win against the Sharks. Vunivalu comes back into the side from Melbourne, which is a big boost. As for the Roosters, Jared Warrior-Hargraves returns and Tedavano. I am predicting the Melbourne Storm to win this game by a very small margin. I think there'll be a field goal in this match, and I'm going to go the Storm by 7 points. I think this will be a very low scoring match, something like 15 to 8. It'll be an interesting game at Amy Park to see if the Roosters can get up. I just think with the Storm at home, even though the Roosters I think are a better side at the moment, I'm going to tip the Melbourne Storm for this match. The next game sees the Warriors on Super Saturday up against the new North Queensland Cowboys. The Warriors fought really hard against the Rabbitohs, and they had a loss to Manly. They've had an inconsistent season, however they showed a lot of potential. As for the Cowboys, they've had a really sloppy start, which is unfortunate for this team. I'm going to go for an upset here. They're paying $3 at the moment, which is the highest of the round to pay against. I'm going to go with the North Queensland Cowboys to win this game by 10 points. I think they'll fire up on this big road trip. Justin O'Neill replaces Nate McDonald on the wing after his injury last week. I'm going to say it now, the refereeing last week was disgraceful and it needs to pick up. If you're going to play for 4 minutes while a player's injured, don't play. They've done the right thing by demoting the refs here. There's 2 games I'm going to speak about. This is the first one. Disgusting refereeing on Friday night. Cowboys to win this game by 10 points. Second game of Super Saturday sees St George Illawarra Dragons coming off that massive win to the Bulldogs up against Manly Seagull, coming off with a short win to the Knights. I'm going to tip the Dragons by this match by 14 points. Manly's going to definitely show up. However, I think Dragons will put too many points on them. They've really gelled in the halves at the moment. Corey Norman's a standout player, and as I said, I'm expecting Ben Hunt to have an absolutely massive game. Both of these sides have no changes, except Adam Fanua-Blake is heading to the judiciary tonight, possibly facing a 2-match ban. The Dragons to win this game by 14 points. The next game sees on Sunday the Gold Coast Titans up against the Newcastle Knights. Titans coming off that 30-24 win against Penrith due to the penalty try, and the Knights coming off that loss to Manly by a short margin. I'm going to go ahead and tip the Knights here. I've been thinking and leaning towards the Titans all week. However, with AJ Brimson out due to a thumb injury, and I don't know if he's been named. Ash Taylor's been named, but he is quite injured. I think he'll struggle. I'm going to go the Knights in this match. Aiden Guerra is out for a long time, like I've been told. It could be a 4-month injury, which is sad. It could be the end of his season. With Herman Essa as his replacement on the bench, his second NRL game this year. So I am going to go with the Knights for this match. The margin I took though, let me just check. For the Knights, up against the Titans. I tipped the Knights by 8, okay? The next game sees the Raiders on Sunday up against the Brisbane Broncos. The Broncos are really struggling at the moment. I had them coming 4th this year in my ladder. The Raiders though, they're firing, they're in form. This is the best start they've had since 1990. The fact that it's home in the nation's capital, I'm going to go the Raiders. I was leaning towards the Broncos. The Broncos will fight for this match. I think it'll be the same as last week, and the Broncos will lose by 6. So the Raiders to win by 6 for this match. Joe Tarpany is injured, so he's out. The Broncos, Matt Lodge is out, and Payne Haas is shifting to prop. He's a really good player. He's one of mine to watch out for this week, and David Fafita will start this week. So I'm going to go with the Raiders by 6. The final game of the round sees Parramatta Eels take on the West Tigers up at Bankwest Stadium. It's finally here. The moment has arrived. Hit that bell because I will be posting a vlog at this stadium. I predict the Eels to win this match. The Tigers came off a nice little win against the Broncos last minute thanks to Michael Cheatham. They're not including Benji Marshall in their side. Even though saying no changes, Marshall has not been included. Josh Reynolds is a player to look out for. He's really stepped up like Ben Hunt in my opinion. Gutherson, awesome. Blake Ferguson has been named for Parramatta. He shouldn't be playing if he's got a bruised rib. Anyway, I won't get too far into it. The refereeing against Canberra, we were our own worst enemy, but the refereeing wasn't good. Last weekend, the refereeing in general for some of these games weren't good. I think Parramatta will improve this week. We've got Oregon Kaufusi and Ray Stone. Ray Stone's been playing really well in the juniors, joining the bench with Evans and Gower dropped to the reserve. So Gower probably won't be playing in that case. I do think the Eels will win this match by 12 comfortably due to the fact that it's being played at Bankwest, even though the Tigers do have a lot of potential for this match. They're my tips for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your tips in the comment, and I'll see you guys next time.